Welcome to the 13th leg of the Global Champions League here in the heart of London, and things are really hotting up. Steve and I have stepped out to talk about the teams, who's going to get to Prague, the tension is mounting, who's not going to, because there's a few at the bottom there.
Well, they're 15, 16, 17. You've got to be in the top 16 to get through to that GCL Super Cup. So we're looking at teams like the Sean T. Pegasus, the Cannes Stars, the New York Empire, separated by just the four points there in the championship. They've got to keep it very close. Any points this week could make a big difference. I'm going to look at the New York Empire. Scott Brash, winner of the Grand Prix here last year, always performs well on his home soil. And then he's teaming up with Keane O'Connor. The two of them between the major championship form. It should be their strongest pairing coming out this week to get them over the line, but will they?
And he's performing on Hello Mr. President, which will be hugely popular with the fans. But let's go up the rankings now, 3 to 7. It's really tight there, vying for top spot.
Absolutely, and again, several of those teams separated by just the 1 point. They want to be in the top 4 to go straight through to the semi-finals for that Super Cup as well. Teams like the Miami Celtics, the Shanghai Swans. The Swans this week bring out a super strong pairing in Shane Sweetman, one of the best performing riders of the season, something like 75% of the time he jumped a clear round. Daniel Deusser on the winning team in Saint-Tropez all those weeks ago, but again, really want to go against the pressure. Miami Celtics bring out Shane Breen for the first time since his win in Monaco in the Grand Prix there, and Jessica Springsteen is proving one of the linchpins of that squad as well. 1 point either way here makes a big difference.
And Shane, of course, bringing back that fabulous Chestnut Ipswich, which will be fabulous to come and watch. Now we've got to look at those top two. Valkenswaard United in second place, but they are galloping after those London Knights.
And a really interesting turn this week. Maurice Tebble coming into the team only for the second time this season. He's only jumped one round for them. That was in Hamburg, but it was a clear. And he's been out this season producing great stuff for his nation as well. He comes in here teaming up with Alberto Zorzi, winner, of course, of the Grand Prix last week in Berlin. Now, this pairing together, I actually think, is, although it's the first time they've used them, could be a really solid one, and that's why they've done that, to go up against the London Knights, who are just keeping 20 points, just over 20 points ahead at the moment.
And the London Knights, of course, bringing out their powerhouses with Ben Mayer and Nicola Philippaerts. Winning Good and Chilly Willy. What amazing horses that will really suit this arena.
Well, and a winning pairing in Chantilly, but I don't think whether you compare those two venues it makes any difference at all. The two pilots, the two horses that you've got there are top class every way, and they just want to get this championship done and dusted. Remember, after this we've only got 3 more stages to come at the championship. They want to get over the line as quickly as they can. Ben Mayer second in the Grand Prix here last year as well. They've got 3 championship wins behind them already this season. The pair together have been on 2 of those winning teams. They're very hard to look past.
Yeah, they've never been outside the top 10. So, going to put you under pressure. Who do you think is going to do it?
Well, it's hard to look past the London Knights this week, but I would keep a big eye, though, on the Shanghai Swans.
Well, I think the London Knights as well, but I'm also going to put some money on the Miami Celtics. You can stay tuned with us live, so don't miss any of the action.
Was beautifully done, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, he has a lovely stride there. This is a quick horse, that's quick.
A close battle between our top two.
And this is very quick indeed. Come on, Scott. Oh, a flyer and gets away with it.
Hello and welcome to London, the 13th stage of the Longines Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League. It is here for the Royal Hospital Chelsea, the backdrop for this wonderful spot that brings together the great history of Great Britain here with the top modern sport all the way through. We joined this wonderful venue for a second time on the tour and looking forward to everything that comes with this. Alongside me, Nicola Philippaerts, part of the London Knights here this week. Home turf for you, if you like.
Yeah, for sure, it's a home turf. I think it's a very nice show. I think it's also one of the nicest shows on the legs, and I'm very happy to be here.
Absolutely, looking forward to what comes for you and your team. We'll come on to that in a second. Jenny as well, here on home ground for you too.
Yes, and I love the fact you're saying it's one of the nicest legs on the tour. I happen to agree, and it's the least far to travel, so even better.
I'm staying neutral in the middle of all of this. Now, let's just reflect first of all, Nicola, we're wonderful season you've had so far. 2 wins in the Grand Prix already. You're on the leading team for the London Knights. We're going to also take a little look at Chanty, of where you were winner there with Chilly Willy. Chilly Willy is the horse you bring here this week.
Yeah, I think for the moment it's going great. Chilly Willy and Harley, they feel great, and this week is another show again. We need to fight every single week to stay on top with the London Knights, and I think both horses are jumping great, and hopefully we can have a good weekend again.
A few images there from Chanty. Just reflect a little on Chanty and what that felt like, and getting a second win behind you.
Well, I was already very happy with the first win, and then it worked out well in Chanty. I think I was a bit lucky. Ben had the last rail down, and Chilly Willy jumped amazing, and it's an honor for me to have a second win on the legs here.
Coming between the two of you on the team this week, London Knights. Ben Mayer's had 2 Grand Prix wins this season. You've had 2 Grand Prix wins this season. You've had 3 wins as a team, but you just said to me as well, off-air, it's really hard.
I mean, it's very hard, but I think we have a great team and the team spirit is good. The horses feel great, and I think it's just very important to keep being there every single show and until the end of the season.
Just keep banging away. Well, Chilly Willy is the horse we mentioned. I know you're a big fan.
Huge fan. I know everyone normally likes Harley because he's a great, but Chilly Willy, I have to say, I've been trying to convince him that he should come to me and be an eventer because he's brave, isn't he? For a stallion, he's an amazing horse.
I think he's an amazing horse. He's given everything to me for the moment, and I'm very happy to be able to ride him.
And he's the king of the stables, isn't he? What does your groom call him?
My groom calls him the Lion King. I think he has a fantastic character. He's not really a stallion. He's quite easy to handle, and he always gives the best out of himself. So that's very nice to know. Do you have to ride him any differently because he's a stallion? Because Harley is a gelding. I know you've got another stallion, Blue, here. Do you have to change your riding for a stallion? No, I don't. He's not really stallion and handling around Chilly Willy. I think he's very easygoing, and he likes to work, and I think he's nice and easy to ride. It's amazing. You've got such great horses on your team, haven't you? Yeah, for the moment it's going great. I think I have 2 really good horses for the Grand Prix, and then even in the London Knights, the teams is going great for the moment, and hopefully we can keep going like that. And spectacular for the crowds to see such horses like this.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward to there's a real needle match going, a real battle at the top of the championship at the moment. London Knights against Valkenswaard United. We're just reflecting on some of the images here from Berlin last week. Another battle there to be onto the podium. How are you feeling about that, just the 2 of you teams really starting to square up against each other at the moment? Yeah, I mean, it's very hard. Like Valkenswaard always make sure that we have to stay on top of everything, and we cannot miss one single leg, and for sure it's going to be the same again this week, I think. Well, there's the championship at the moment. London Knights sitting there 269, Valkenswaard United 248. You compare those teams. You've got you and your brother and Emily Moffat all in there, and Martin Fuchs in there for the London Knights. But again, you're up against Alberto Zorzi, you're up against Marcus Enning, you're up against Bertram Allen in there. It's a real toe-to-toe fight. Yeah, and like I said, Valkenswaard United is a very strong team as well. These riders that are in their team is also on top of the game every single leg, and in the end it will be the best team that wins, I think. But for sure we have to try to be in front of Valkenswaard every single leg, I think. And draw today, you actually go first, which is the toughest draw. Valkenswaard actually go third, so both of those top teams are going early. What difference is that going to make? Maybe it makes a little bit difference for the time allowed or for the strides in the course, but I think it's very important to make your own plan and try to start a clear round, the first leg, the first round. I think it's very important, and then see a little bit how it turns out on Saturday. Absolutely, getting those clear rounds are all important, Jenny. But you're going to be keeping an eye on all the teams. I have to say it's so exciting because there seems to be a bit of pressure building up now. Everyone wants to be in Prague. Everyone wants to win the rankings. Do you feel that within the teams, or are you just totally focused? Well, in the beginning we always kept saying
the global tour is still very long and the Champions League is still very long, but I think now we're starting to come to the end and we're still there in the lead, and I think it's very important just to plan the last single shows, very strong teams, and just make sure that we cannot have a misser at any show.
Yeah, and you're a very young team as well.
Yeah.
Ben Mayer's the old man.
I mean, we're very young and motivated. Ben is still young as well, and for sure he makes us keep going every single show. And I think the team spirit is great in the team at the moment, and I'm very happy to be able to ride for them.
Yeah, got to get those clears in. Let's have a look at the stats here that we've got on our teams and how they've performed so far this season. Those have been some of the best performers in terms of percentages won or clear. 33% of the competitions have been won on that. As you say, you've got to get those clears in the bag early on. And here for you as London Knights, you and Ben have basically got to go in, put those 2 clears in and put down the marker, haven't you?
We will do our best. I think we both took a good horse for the teams here, and in the rest of the season they jumped very well, and hopefully we can have a good show again this week.
Looking forward to the battle between you and Valkenswaard. Who's your team you're picking out here, Jenny, this afternoon?
I've got to say London Knights, haven't I? I would put my money on them anyway. You guys are just performing amazingly. Winning Good is a fantastic horse for Ben, and it's your birthday, so the birthday luck's got to be in there. Your birthday the other day, so good luck, because I think you guys think you're going to do it.
Thank you.
Keep rolling on. We will see how that battle plays out between our top 2. Valkenswaard United up against the London Knights, but don't forget the rest as well. They're all got their own little stories of where they sit in the championship at the moment for the Global Champions League. Only way is to watch it all and find out exactly what happens. It's not too far away.